After open, this is the keyboard. This is accessory box. This is top form. After we remove the top form, we remove the middle form. And we remove analyzer from the cartoon. Put analyzer on a firm and steady table. Avoid from direct wind and sunlight.
This is accessory box. Inside we have a LAN cable. It's used to connect the analyzer to the list server. We have the plastic tube. A raised barrel. Reagent tubes. This is the power cable, thermal printer, grounding cable, and a patch pen. Here we have the grease for lubricate the mechanical parts, the filter, and the orange for syringe, and fuse, and a cup for the probe cleaner. Syringe for open the reagent caps, and this is the reagent holder. This is the analyzer. When packing in the factory, the mechanical part of the sampling unit have some security belt to protect to avoid damage during transportation. So we have to remove the security belt before we turn on the analyzer. So to remove the belt, first we need to open this cover by unscrew these 3 screws. Now the 3 screws have removed, and we can take out the cover. So here have 1 bell, 2 bell. These 2 bell need to take out, and this tape on the counting chamber and the tape here need to remove. And use cutter to cut the bell. Be careful, don't cut other wires. Okay, and then check the movement. Okay, and then install the cover back. So you have 2 hookers. Screw it.
Next, we will connect the reagent tube to reagent tank. Firstly, open the cover and take the card. Open the second cover and put reagent connector and take 1 piece holder to hold it. We have different color for different reagent. make sure the color is matching the label, and open the cap. If the cap is too tight, you can use wrench to open it. Connect the reagent tube and check the color label again. Now we have connected 3 reagents. Don't throw away the cards. We will need that in the next step. Next, we will connect lights. Take out the lights. Also, there will be a card for lights. Open the cap. Make a hole. Connect the tube. Next, remove the plugs on the back side. First, we connect the waste tube. And connect the waste tank. Place the waste tank under the analyzer. Next, according to the color label, connect each reagent. Connect the power to the power port. On the left side, we can see there are many interface ports and the power switch. First, we connect keyboard and external printer. Next, we install the printing paper. First, we open the package. Then we can confirm which side is the thermal side. We could use something to scratch the paper. If you can see a black mark, that will be the thermal side. And we can install the paper like this. Keep the thermal side to the top of the analyzer and close the hatch. Before we turn on, we double check the reagent connection are okay. All the fasten belts are removed. All the accessories are connected. Now we can start the system. First, we start the printer. And next, we start analyzer. Now analyzer is priming the reagent, and after startup cleaning, we can log in the system by using the name admin and the password admin, ADMIN. Tap login. After input password, we will be able to enter the main interface. On the top, we have 5 function menus. In the middle, we have a patient information area and the result area. On the lower side, we have function keys, which have 2 layers. And here we have a status and the alarm area. Now we can see this area is showing red because we have to activate the reagent. To activate the reagent, we can tap fault clearing here, or we can use setup reagent to enter the reagent status. Now we activate diluent. To activate diluent, first we take the card we took from the reagent bottle earlier. And then we tap the replace and tap the active. There will be a 15 seconds countdown. Before that countdown goes to 0, we have to tap the card. And the valid period and the lot number will be input automatically. We just click OK to confirm. Now we can see the remain volume and other information are renewed. Next, we activate sheet. Tapping the replace, active, tap OK. Next one is detergent.
Okay.
After activate the reagent, before we do QC test, we have run a blank test. To run the blank test, just simply press the run button and wait for the blank result. For the blank result, please refer to the operation manual. Check the main parameters if they are lower than the requirement. Now the test is complete and all the main parameters, they are lower than the limit. We can proceed to the quality control. And if you want the analyzer to automatically do this, we can switch on the auto blank, and in this case analyzer will automatically test blank when the power is on. After we passed the blank test, we can proceed to QC test. To enter the QC test, just tap the QC button. Before we run the QC test, first we need to set up the QC file. To set up, we tap Setup and tap New to create a new one. In this interface, we input QC information. After we input QC reference range and QC information, tap Return and tap OK to save. Now we have input a new QC file. Tap Return to the QC interface. When we do QC test, first we choose the QC file that we need to test and mix well for 20 times. After 20 times, directly test in the QC menu. When you hear the beep, you can remove the sample. After test is complete, result will be displayed in here. To review the QC, we can check QC graph, and the QC that we have tested today, it will be displayed in the graph like this. And to see the detailed results, we can tap the QC list, and we can also see today's QC result. And for both QC graph and the QC list, we have a printing feature. The printout of QC graph will look like this. It will contain 4 pages. And if we print out the QC list, it will look like this. And for both QC graph and the QC list, they can be only printed by external printer, cannot be printed by the thermal recorder. After QC test is passed, we can tap the test menu to go back to the main interface. Now we can proceed to sample test. To test sample, first we input patient information by tapping the next sample and input the name, or other information that you want to input, and mix the blood for 20 times. After mixing, place the sample under the probe and press the wrong button. When you hear the beep, you can remove the sample. During the testing, now you will be able to input the sample information for the next test. Now test is finished. WBC counting time is 12 seconds and RBC counting time is 14 seconds. There is another way that we can test sample. We can simply just continue our test with different sample. After that, in data, we will be able to input patient information after all the test is finished by tapping the edit information. After input everything we need, we can tap OK to save, and the information will be saved. To test pre-dilute sample, first we need to switch the mode to pre-dilute mode. Tap OK to confirm the selection, and in this interface you can see that now there's some change on the interface. This is because in this mode, analyzer will aspirate much more sample than in whole blood. So the interface has some small difference to remind the user that now we are working in the pre-dilute mode. Now we can start the test. First, confirm how many samples we are going to test. I prepared 2 tubes. Place the tube under the probe. You can lean a little bit to prevent the diluent coming out and the splash out from the tube, and tapping the draining. And we have a counter here. Pressing the draining, analyzer will dispense diluent into the tube. Wait until the analyzer settles down, and this is how much we get for one test. You can continue if you have more samples. The counter will help you to track how many tubes you already dispensed, so we don't need to waste the tube. After we get the tubes, we can tap return and collect the sample from patient. We only need 20 microliter, and inject the sample into the tube. You can fold the tube like this and mix. After mixing, we place the tube under the probe again and press the run key. And in this case, analyzer will have a warning message. We just tap OK. When you hear the beep, you can remove the tube from the probe. The warning message is to prevent us to put whole blood by mistake. You can see the aspiration is much more than whole blood. Now the test is complete. To shut down the analyzer, tap Shut Down. Confirm to exit, tap OK. Confirm to soak, we also tap OK. Analyzer will first do priming to prepare soaking. Meantime, we prepare the probe cleaner. In the analyzer accessory box, we will be able to find a small tube like this. Follow the instruction given by analyzer. We need total 4.5 ml. Close the cap. Place the small tube under the probe. Tap OK. Wait until analyzer aspirate the probe cleaner into the system. Then we need to wait about 15 minutes. Now the countdown almost finished. Analyzer began to priming out the probe cleaner and finish the shutdown cleaning. After shutdown cleaning finished, we can switch off analyzer.